Coming to you live from the It's Funny studios, I'm Doug.
I'm Greg.
And this is Mike.
And this is the It's Funny That Makes It Okay podcast. Hey, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate you guys listening to the show. Here we are, 10th of April, or
10th of April.
Approximation thereof. Rolling right along. How is everybody doing?
Doing well. Doing well.
Good.
Not a whole lot new going on.
Not a whole lot new. And Mike is diligently working away, so I'm not going to bother him this second. Real quick, we'll just get right into it. Greg will have something right off the top, he said. I have no idea what that's going to be. Then we've got some Facebook things that we're going to talk about. A few TikTok related issues we're going to talk about.
We're talking about clocks?
Yeah, TikTok. And then a few science tech things I want to bring up. So let's jump right in. Greg, go ahead and fire away.
All right. Well, so this isn't a gripe. It's a just
what?
I know. Just the other night I was I went to my band practice for church. I play keys in our church band.
Your band.
And so I went there and
the Greg band.
That's right. My own band.
The Greg Daniel band.
And I had not eaten yet, so I thought, I'm going to grab something to eat. So I went to Taco Bell in Pekin, which is a town 10 or so miles from here. And I found that the Pekin Taco Bell is trying to keep up with Chick-fil-A. Now, I don't know. I don't know if they'll be successful or not. Taco Bell versus Chick-fil-A. I don't know. I think I would put my money on Chick-fil-A being the best. But what they're doing is, when I pulled up, they had a couple of cones that blocked a side entrance into the drive-thru, and they had two people out taking orders at the drive-thru previous to you pulling up to the sign to order like you normally do. So they had iPads, and they walked out to your vehicle, and then they had a little plastic table that they had some papers and stuff laying there. And so she came up and she took my order. And then I finished, and the vehicle in front of me had finished, and I saw him go on around the corner. So when I get done, she goes, okay, pull up to the sign and they'll tell you what to do next. So I pull up to the big board where you normally order, and the guy just goes, pull around to the second window, which is another thing. Which is the second window? Is it the first one you come to, or is it the actual second one?
That's a good question.
Because it depends,
Depends on which direction you're moving.
Yeah. Well, it was the actual second, so you bypassed the first window and went to the second. But when I pulled up to the sign, I looked on it, and
in my mind, that would be, or they could say the last window.
Yeah.
Unless there was maybe there was the third.
If you're coming from the front of the building, this one is the.
But I guess you wouldn't be driving your car around that way. Well, maybe. I hope not.
No, you shouldn't be driving around that way. You did something wrong if you're driving around that way. But I get to the big sign, and there's an order on it. I thought it was my order. It's on but if it is, it's completely wrong. The order on the big sign. But the guy goes, okay, drive around to the second window. So I drove around to the second window, and I paid him. I didn't have to use a Taco Bell COVID cup or anything. I just paid him with my card, and my order was correct. I went on my way and ate my chicken quesadilla. My thing is just, do you think Taco Bell can ever catch up with Chick-fil-A on the drive-thru experience? I mean, now I'm waiting for them to build the big awning over the top of the drive-thru with heaters underneath it and things like that. But no, it's just these poor gals out there with iPads. I don't know. It felt like a half-hearted attempt. It didn't.
Were there a lot of people there using the drive-thru that would necessitate them to be out there to try to move things along?
Well, I mean, there were a few. I would say 4 cars. Would you say that would dictate the need for 2 people with iPads to basically take your order and tell you to go to the big sign, which normally you would go to place your order?
And what is the point of the person at the sign that just tells you to go to the window? I mean, isn't that implied after your order is taken with the iPad?
Well, that's what I wondered too.
What is the purpose of stopping at the big sign for them to direct you where you are naturally, instinctively going to go?
I think it's like a starting gate. You get there and the guy says go.
Maybe.
So I don't know. Like I said, it just
that's the part that confuses me the most.
Stopping at the big sign.
I guess I just don't understand
that has a wrong order displayed on it.
Yeah.
So then you start questioning, but he doesn't ask you if the order's correct. He just says, "Please drive around." So now I don't know, pre-anticipating that the order's going to be incorrect, which it wasn't. So it was all good. So no complaint on them. It's just I don't know. Like I said, it just felt half-hearted.
You're trying. In a way, it's like you're trying too hard, and it comes off half-hearted. I think.
Yeah. So, but they did a good job. They got my order correct. So no ripping on the people. They did
an A for effort. Then.
Yes, they get an A for effort, but a C on implementation.
Yes. Okay.
So
they're trying.
Yes, they are trying.
All right. Good.
So nothing big, but keep trying, Taco Bell. Just keep trying.
We can't give them that Greg Daniels stamp of approval yet.
No, not until we have the awning with the heaters. And they got to be wearing the little yellow things when it's raining.
The Minion costume.
Yeah, you got to be wearing the plastic tent over your head
that is
when it's raining.
Something.
So, anyways, that's all I got. Not a biggie.
All right.
We're going to jump to some.
Let's go to some
Facebook stuff.
Yeah, Mike said he's got some things here.
I've got like 4. Do you want me to knock mine out, or do you want to go through yours?
No, go ahead.
Okay, I'll go ahead. Actually, go ahead, because I should have sent you guys some pictures.
Okay, so I have my pictures compiled here for you guys. I didn't know if you were going to follow along or not, but do you guys?
If you're driving out there, don't follow along with the pictures that Mike just sent you, please.
No. You may be able to use a specific app in your car, but we'll talk about that later.
Very true.
So the very first one I was going to talk about here, I was on Facebook, and naturally during a Facebook segment, I was on Facebook. So
makes sense.
I had a suggested group pop up on my Facebook page, and I'm not sure why. The group is called Pursuing Pork Tenderloin Sandwiches.
That's
a group.
It is very specific.
Wow. Very specific. Not even like sandwiches or food or pork.
Pork tenderloin.
Pork tenderloin. Sandwich.
Not just a tenderloin.
Yeah.
It is the sandwich. Very specific.
Yes.
Been doing a lot of searching on this?
No.
Looking for coupons?
I haven't, which is the weird thing.
I think you talked about it and it popped up on your Facebook feed.
It's possible.
Actually, don't get me wrong. I will go for a good pork tenderloin
I was just going to say, I love a good pork tenderloin sandwich.
But I can't even think about the last time I even had or talked about or mentioned a pork tenderloin sandwich.
They like to make them the size of a pizza.
I was just going to say, in the picture that you just sent us, it's gigantic.
It is.
And I am not a fan of one that big because they put the bun on it. The bun looks like a top hat on somebody. I mean, it's teeny tiny. It's a regular sized bun, but it looks teeny tiny on this giant tenderloin. What's the point of even putting bread on that at that point?
I don't know.
Just put it out there, I'll cut a piece off and eat it.
I did like half the jar of pickles underneath the tenderloin too. That's spilling out.
You don't need that much for that size of a tenderloin. It's huge.
Yeah. So I mean, hey, I don't know. I like a good pork tenderloin sandwich. It's just the fact that the group was suggested for me. I didn't quite understand that one. So I haven't really had it suggest groups either.
Well, the fact that there is a group dedicated to pork tenderloins, that's pretty specific.
I will say this one is actually relatively close to us, so maybe location had a factor in this. I don't know, but I did not join the tenderloin group, so maybe I'll have to go on.
Maybe they paid for advertising and it's pushing it out there to people.
Maybe.
I'm in the chicken sandwich group.
So the next one I had on here, this one was posted in a group post, and I don't know what the person was. If they were looking for a post in particular or not, but she said, "I thought it was posted on here!" Exclamation point.
Exclamation. I like that.
I thought it was posted. Person that would come pick up dog poo.
That's it.
That's it. So I don't know if she's looking for an old post of someone who is saying, "Hey, I'll come pick up your dog poop," but she thought it was posted and she can't find it, so she's putting it out there again.
She's very excited about it.
Yes. So hopefully she found their somebody there to pick up the dog poop. And then the next one I had here was somebody who was looking to sell their Xbox Series X. It says, does anyone want to buy it? It comes with Call of Duty 2019. And then the part that I thought was interesting, it says, I don't trust Marketplace. People are sketchy on there. Like,
well, you're kind of listing it.
Yeah, I was like, does that include your posting here? I'm not sure.
Other than maybe because she posted it just in the group?
I don't know. And I don't use Marketplace very much, so I cannot corroborate the sketchy claims.
Yeah, I can't.
But
yeah, I don't either.
I've bought a few things off Marketplace, never had a problem. But
I don't know. Well, apparently it's sketchy on there, so here's a
and
warning.
I sold a few things, so maybe I'm the sketchy one.
I don't.
Now, every once in a while they do have, because just this past week they had an article that a guy went to look at a car to sell, and two guys were there, and they shot and killed him.
I know, you hear that every once in a while.
Yeah, it's kind of like Craigslist stuff back in the day.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Be wary of what you see on Marketplace, I guess, if you use it. People are sketchy on there. The next one, this is actually... They are real. I couldn't find these physically in the store. But the next thing, somebody had posted this on their Facebook page or shared it. It's a picture of Rice Krispie eggs. Rice Krispies candy eggs.
Yeah, I see that.
3 different flavors. And I could not find them. I was looking around. I had stopped at a number of stores actually trying to find them physically, and I couldn't.
I wonder why there's 3 flavors.
I don't know. Marshmallow, strawberry, milk chocolate. So we're going to try to find these for a for maybe a taste test.
Yeah. I can go for some...
Rice Krispie candy eggs. I don't know. It doesn't stop with the cereal, and that was another thing I was going to bring up.
It might be like a Crunch bar, though.
That's what I was thinking.
Maybe
I would hope so.
But the Crunch isn't like a Rice Krispie, though. It's a little different.
No.
But yeah, and strawberry. That sounds a little funky.
And it's been a little
Marshmallow?
bit. Yeah, it's been a little bit since I called out the the cereal companies, and they're at it.
I actually have a cereal related one as well. So.
So I don't know, maybe they're making a comeback. So the next post I had, this is a big, long post. So I'm not really going to read into it. And basically, what this post is, it's a store manager of one of the local retail stores in Washington. And they were complaining, and I mean, it's a big, long post, but yes, they were complaining about some teenagers who came in and kind of messed with some stuff in the store. I just don't know what the point is. Like, I don't know what you hope to accomplish when you go on a tirade on Facebook about teenagers. I just don't get what happens from that. Do the teenagers see it, and are they supposed to feel bad, or is this directed towards parents to tell your kids to stop messing with stores? I just don't know what it accomplishes.
I don't feel like it accomplishes a lot.
Maybe therapeutic for them.
Maybe
out there.
Maybe it could be. I mean,
I don't know.
I'm probably guilty of that here on this podcast, ranting about things, but I don't know. I didn't know what to feel here about the rant on the teenagers. Other than kids are dumb and do dumb things.
Yep.
But anyway, next one. This one. Okay, so this is an older woman. She says, we are trying to get in contact with acquaintances Dawn and Chad. We do not know their last names.
Well, let's put it on Facebook. Somebody should know Dawn and Chad.
Dawn and Chad. Acquaintances.
I like the next sentence, though.
It says, but she did know her grandma was Winnie at the Tally Ho.
What is the Tally Ho?
The Tally Ho was a greasy spoon restaurant in Washington that's been out of business for what? 20 years?
Oh, okay. I didn't know, so I'm like...
If you don't know, you'd be like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Winnie at the Tally Ho.
So they're trying to... Dawn and Chad. Calling Dawn and Chad. Acquaintances are looking for you. So, if your grandma was Winnie at Tally Ho, and your name is Dawn, or Chad, I have someone who's interested. The next one, I have to talk about at least one of these every segment. The inappropriate use of the backgrounds.
They always...
Oh, every time. It's always wrong. This one is, I think, supposed to be a complaint, or at least, not in a positive one. It says, is anyone experiencing difficulty getting their NBC channel to work on Comcast? But it's a party. It's a party.
The birthday party.
Maybe they hate that channel and they're happy that it's no longer available. So glad Channel 906 isn't on anymore.
Maybe,
I hate it.
Maybe that's what we're supposed to take away.
Maybe
I just don't know because it always conflicts with the messaging.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah, it looks like they're celebrating the channel not being on the air.
Or just put a color or whatever.
Because if you're experiencing difficulty, it makes me think that you want to watch the channel. But are you happy it's gone? I don't know.
Mixed message.
Yes, always with these background posts. I wish Facebook would just take off the background posts. But alas,
then you would have nothing to talk about.
I know, but alas, we would be out of content. The next one, I think this one was supposed to be a typo, but I'm not sure.
This is almost as bad as Doug's dud name.
Yes, almost.
So I don't know if this is also maybe voice to text gone wrong, but it says, when does Washington the town junk days?
I was thinking, when does Washington do the town?
Yeah, that would make sense, but instead it's D-U-H-H-H.
Maybe he's talking to like a bunch of stupid people. Duh. When is it?
Duh. The town junk days.
So that one I thought was pretty funny. And the last couple here. One of them, this next one, it says, we were doing renovations to our old home and found this in the wall. Doll's clothes, beads that used to be a necklace, I think, and this picture, which is a little girl who looks very pleased to have her picture taken. And it says, does anyone know this name? I'd like a backstory on this little girl.
I think that's Winnie from the Tally Ho.
Could be.
See, I don't know, if I was doing renovations on my house and I found this little box, I think I would be kind of terrified. I'm not going to lie.
I would be too. My wife actually saw this one on Facebook.
This one just kind of gives me the creeps. Maybe not this whole thing, but if anything similar to this happened, it's like, okay, are these artifacts that this ghost of this little girl is using to, attach herself to my home? I don't know. I would probably get an exorcist in there. Or a priest do a kind of a cleansing of the house after that.
Well, that might not be a bad idea.
They want the backstory, though.
Oh, see, I don't want the backstory. I just want them out. I just want all of it gone. I don't know what else is in the house after I find that.
Actually, the little girl was murdered. Yeah. They never found out who did it.
I find that in the wall. I'm just moving out. I'm sorry. I'm gone. Game over. It's done. So the next post, I wanted to reference real quick. Preface that with, we had a story before. I don't know if this is the same person or not, but they had trouble with people just dumping big junk things in the front of their yard.
Yes, we did.
I think maybe now they're embracing it. So he says, this post, couple hundred pounds of scrap iron outside of their address. Free. Couple 100 pounds. Holy cow.
That's some scrap iron.
How much are you chunking?
Nice truck to get that.
Yeah. Jeez. I mean, that's not like, you just put out an old bookcase or something like that. No, this a couple 100 pounds of scrap iron. And
I'm assuming this guy put it out there that someone else didn't just dump it off.
I don't know.
Maybe.
The other guy was talking, it sounds like that might be a weekly occurrence for that guy, but I don't know. So
couple 100 pounds.
Couple 100 pounds. No, it's just sitting out for free though. Hopefully somebody picked that up.
A couple 100 pounds. It's just couple hundred.
Couple hundred. So final one here. Somebody's a little bit confused.
Was this in a group or was this just okay? Because I don't see a group name. I'm like,
they're all in a group. It is posted in kind of the town group chat. I did cut that off, but it says
that's all right.
Why is it that I can't see the new post? I don't know why you can't see the post. What post are you looking for? How do you know
you're not seeing the new post then if you don't see it?
And how do you know anybody's seeing this one?
That is true. It's just going into the ether, just gone.
Yes. Yeah, it's just it's in the cloud.
Yeah. So I don't know why they can't see the new post, but hopefully they found the new post. They were very disappointed from the nine periods they left after the end of the post.
A lot of periods.
Yes.
Not exclamation points though.
No. So anyway, that's about all the silliness I got this time.
Well, I just have a couple things. My first one, did you get pictures from me? No, they didn't come through. Huh? All right, I'll just show you. It's not a big deal. So the cereal, they're putting their products in all these candies and things like that. Well, now Kellogg's just getting lazy. They're not even putting it in the products. They're just saying, boring dinner?
Try cereal.
Have Kellogg's. So just have cereal in place of your supper. So,
I mean, you could have that pesky protein and vitamin-rich vegetables, or you can eat a bowl of sugar.
Yeah, just have that instead
grains and sugar.
Instead of a good supper, have some Rice Krispie eggs.
Yeah. Boring what was it? Boring dinner? Yeah, boring dinner.
Boring dinner, question mark.
Why not have the same thing you just had for breakfast this
morning? You
morning?
make omelets with those Rice Krispie eggs.
That's right. Doug, I showed you this one day, and I wasn't going to say anything, but I hadn't shown Mike, so I gotta show this one. Somebody put a picture of 3 chickens on their step, and it says, "These chickens keep showing up at my doorstep." This is the pic taken from my Ring Cam.
For those of you who don't know, we have a lot of chicken-related stories around here lately. I don't know why. I mean, we do live in the middle of farm country here, in the Midwest, but I don't know why the chickens are just roaming freely into different towns.
I don't know. It says seem to be well fed and taken care of. PM me if they are yours. Located on East Idlewood, which isn't a neighborhood. This is not a farm.
It's not in the farm
area. No. I don't know where the chickens are coming from. And then they finished up they said, this is what this page would consist of if chickens were allowed in town. I don't know what they mean by that. But
basically chickens getting out.
More chicken stories? Yeah. I don't know.
Well, and you know what? I feel like he was taking a dig at the chickens, saying that they're well fed chickens.
They are well fed. Yes. Fat chickens.
I feel like that was a shot at the chickens there. A little unnecessary, but
they need the rooster that was running around Washington to come over and, hang out with these chickens.
Yeah.
So now, another thing, since I mentioned last week that I was in the hospital for a few days, and of course I must have talked about medications because now my news feed is full of drugs. It's just like if you're watching TV.
Well, you're in your 60s, so I assume this already just doing that anyway.
Hold on, let me cover up my phone.
I'm in my 50s and I'm starting to get all kinds of those. Yeah, low T, like
need
hearing aids. Like I'm okay for now. So, although I will say some of those ads, everyone's like, "What? Well, maybe what was that? Oh, a hearing aid, a new one. Look."
But then some of them, the side effects are worse than the condition you're trying to treat.
So is it better that I get the pork tenderloin sandwich suggestions, or should I be getting the medication?
I would rather get the pork tenderloin.
Okay, well, I'll keep the pork tenderloin one.
So I got this ad for Repatha for adults with heart disease. Serious thing, okay. The thing is, the ad has a robot next to the guy. And the robot says, "I can never have a heart attack." It's like it's
that's helpful. It's taunting you.
Yeah. And
is that
guy,
real? Are you being punked?
No, this is real.
I think you're being punked.
Hey, you stupid human! Don't you wish you were a robot? I may not be able to feel love, but I won't die of a heart attack.
Well, yeah. And the guy says, "I can," and I did, but I'm doing my best to make it my last one. So the robot's ripping on him. It's terrible. Like the robot saying,
why even have the robot there? It's not helping at all.
I can never have a heart attack. Well, thanks, Mr. Robot. And the poor guy's like, well, I did.
What a terrible advertisement.
You can't have any offspring either.
Right.
You will never have children. How about that, Mr. Robot? You like that?
Yeah.
That's as bad all the way around.
Yeah. And the next one, this person just said, "Hi, has anyone used an auctioneer?" And that's it. They don't say really what for. They, Yeah. And let's see, I thought there was a comment to it that I liked.
He's probably trying to get rid of some free scrap iron. Maybe he's trying to sell it off to the first person who wants it.
Yeah, I don't know. The original, okay, so no, she's not the original poster. Oh, yeah, she is. So then this person gave them the name of an auctioneer. And then the original poster, now she explains what she was doing. "I was going to try and sell generations of stuff on Marketplace, but I just don't have the will anymore."
It's like it's defeated her.
Yeah. So the generations of stuff.
I'm glad I'm not a robot, so one day I can die.
So
wow.
I don't know. Somebody looking for an auctioneer. But I just like the original question. Has anyone used an auctioneer? Okay. So
I
anyway,
think they don't like it if they're getting used.
Yeah, but she's trying to sell generation stuff, but does not have the will to do it. So, anyways, that's all I've got for Facebook.
If it's generations worth of stuff, I feel like the auctioneer is not going to have the will at the end. He's like, okay, look, I'm done. My voice is shot. I can't do this anymore.
Maybe it's sell a few out. It's probably stuff she found in the wall that she's trying to sell.
A recent
little girl.
Yeah. Recent renovations,
Yeah.
They found things. Generations of stuff.
Chickens.
Yeah. I've got these chickens laying around.
I have a lot of chickens. A lot of chickens that we're going to auction this lot off.
Just showed
hey, we got one away. We got one away. Chicken over here.
I picture the auctioneer's head's like bobbing around like,
like a chicken. Yeah. These are ones that were found on the doorstep.
Crazy.
Oh my gosh. You can always count on Facebook for
yes, you can.
content.
Yes, weird craziness. All right, was that it?
That was it.
All right, well, let's get on to TikTok.
Oh boy. Okay, we're jumping from Facebook to TikTok. It's all downhill from here.
Have either of you ever body doubled? Has anyone body doubled?
I have not
been
body
doubling.
And I don't think I've ever been body doubled.
This is for remote workers, it says. So I am not a remote worker. I didn't know what body doubling was. For sure.
Well, in movies, I know what it is, but
that's where your stand-in comes in for your butt shot, right?
That's right.
You got to do a new.
I always have to have a body double for that.
Even in your marriage, which is weird.
Oh God.
Body double. I like to present myself
and
as
switch
and scene. I'll be downstairs getting some coffee.
He looks nothing like me.
But anyway, so remote workers are doing this new thing called body doubling. It says Nicole Anya, she's 24, goes live on TikTok for about 5 hours every day while doing her full-time job as a data analyst. Says, you might wonder, how does she do this? Because she's doing both at the same time. She's working and live streaming herself, working from home. Says she usually starts around 9 a.m. An hour later, she goes live, in which she'll stream about 5 hours of her work. She calls Work Alone Together. And she has over 100,000 followers. And they just tune in to watch her work. She has an aesthetic desk set up with ambient music. And from time to time, she'll stop and answer questions. And I thought, why are people doing this? What is the point of this? And then it kind of gets into it. One of the things they did.
Well, I was going to say before you go further.
Go ahead.
So she's a data analyst. That sounds compelling to watch.
Yeah, it's not like that she's really doing some kind of work that's I don't know, interesting.
She's working in Excel, punching in formulas,
SQL spreadsheet or SQL databases. Yeah. It's like I've done this kind of work. I'm a programmer, so I've done this kind of work where I've had salesmen standing behind me while we were at a customer site, and I've looked around, and the salesman's almost asleep. That's how boring, this kind of stuff is. So I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's fine. That's a good call. But so I read on a little bit, like why would anybody first do it? I understand people film themselves doing all kinds of stuff anymore. But why would you subscribe to this? That is more what I don't get. I mean, if you want to film yourself, whatever. But the subscribers, well, I get, and they did some studies. It says body doubling can help workers with ADHD be more productive. And they did a study.
That's because they're at their jobs watching you do this job.
Yes. Yeah. So it says they found that people who have ADHD, if you observe, they're more productive if they're in an environment where other things are going on instead of them just sitting there. Their mind will start racing. Going, if there's other things going on, they actually are engaged. So that's one thing. It says the productivity can go up. The focus, it helps them focus, helps them get their work done quicker and more productively. The second thing it says it addresses is the need for community, because it says since the pandemic, people are depressed. They're feeling lonely. They don't get out of the house, so they're never around people. So this will help fulfill or address the need for community. Body doubling also feels the need for friendship that working from home can't always deliver. because, you're not usually friends with your wife or husband. No. That's not says friendships seem harder to come by because a lot of people will develop friendships during work. And if you're working from home, you don't have the opportunity to engage with other people.
I'll go in the Tenderloin group to find my friends.
Yes.
Hey,
looking for a
bond
big
over
tenderloin.
Hey, if you bond over a big tenderloin sandwich.
Yeah, that's better than data analyst.
It says, I have my regulars. It's pretty cool. And now I'll have like 8,000 people watch me on live stream. That's absolutely bonkers. My thought is all this could be fixed or avoided if you would just go back to the office. Quit working from home. Nobody wants to go back to the office, but then they complain of, well, I'm kind of alone. I don't have any friends. You know what? I think I'll watch people work from home on my computer. It's like, just go back to the office. Go back to the office. You're going to have interaction with people. You're going to be able to see things going on. You're not just sitting at your desk or sitting at home.
Isn't that a trend of like video gamers too? Don't they watch other people play video games?
Yeah, there's a whole channel. Twitch is an app, and then they have a channel. I don't get that either. I don't know why
my son used to go. He'd go over to some friend's house, and I'd ask about like the game. And he goes, "Oh, we just watched such and such play or something." And they would just
want to watch somebody play
I
a
don't
game.
Either. I want to play or.
They'd argue, well, you watch football or baseball or basketball. Like, I guess, but it seems different to me.
It doesn't feel the same.
I don't know. That's just me.
I don't know. It is big, though.
It is big.
Yeah.
Would you watch it? Do you watch it?
No.
No?
I don't. I mean, I would rather play the game with people, but...
The only time I could say I have watched it, like, is if I was playing a game and I was having a hard time getting past a certain point. I would like research, like, all right, what are
the cheat codes that I can get?
Or some hints, or what has people done to get past this point?
See,
I've done that.
I would argue that's different though, because I mean, I think it's talking about people who will go on, like you said, on Twitch. I know people will go on there and they'll start up a stream and they can stream for hours. I mean, they can stream all day, and people will hang out with them and comment in the chat and watch it. I don't know.
So I don't know about this work thing. That's kind of I don't
maybe
want to watch somebody
else. Maybe you ought to do it
else.
at the office. Set up a little camera.
I think Mike should. I'd watch him. I'd log in to watch him do some maps or something.
I'll give it a shot. I mean, if they can get 8,000 people doing data analytics, then hey, maybe I got a shot.
Yeah,
maps. I don't know.
Yeah, you never know.
I might get fired for having cameras set up in my office, but hey, who knows?
Mike will get very dramatic about it today. We're going to be doing a map.
Yes.
Of the, I don't know, whatever estates area.
Well, apparently if I just whisper into the mic, maybe you can double up on, make it ASMR.
Yeah, there you go.
I hate that.
Me too. I also said how in the article it said, I never go outside. Open your door. Go outside.
What?
What? Yeah. What a novel concept. I didn't know it was that hard.
Yeah, well, apparently it is.
It's very difficult.
All right. Well, there's another TikTok trend that apparently is very dangerous that people are getting involved in. Mostly women. I'd probably say exclusively women, but I don't know. But I would say mostly women.
That's sexist.
Well, then it'll fit right in with this trend. The trend is called Trad Wife. Trad wife. It says TikTok's. This is from the New York Post. TikTok's viral Trad Wife trend accused of romanticizing an era where sexism and racism ruled. Okay. I don't know why the racism was because, I mean, I guess whatever, but.
The era, I think.
The era. I guess you're true. That's true. Donning elaborate dresses, fastening an apron around their waist, and popping in their finest pearl earrings, or at least some iteration of pearls, for another round of household chores or cooking. More and more young women are following the footsteps of the quintessential mid-century housewife thanks to the latest TikTok trend. But some women are eager to shrink. But some women are eager to shirk all the hustle and bustle of today's corporate world and channel Barbara Billingsley as June Cleaver. Others are not too happy with the trend. So it's the new trend for submissive women has a dark heart and history. So basically, some women are out there And they kind of want to go back to like a 1950s household where they get up in the mornings, they fix their husbands, they get their husband's clothes ready, they fix lunch, they get breakfast going, they dress up, they get dressed to do it. They're not just slopping around in like a fuzzy bathrobe or something. And they go throughout the day, they do chores, they go to the grocery store, they do, take care of the kids, they come back but some of the people are not happy with this. They don't like it. They say that they're destroying women's rights, but part of it's like, well, if that's what they want to do, I don't think. Now, if some man was forcing a woman to do that, then yeah.
Yeah, that's
but if
different.
she decided, guess what? I want to stay home and be a traditional wife, just cook and clean. I want to get dressed up for my husband and do the chores and fix him supper. When he gets home from work, I want to make sure supper's on the table. I don't think any man is going to be upset about that. I don't think so.
That's where the sexism comes in.
That's probably true. But I also don't think like a woman would get upset if there was some man, there was some like the sugar daddy viral trend from TikTok where I'm just going to work. I'll work 2 or 3 jobs to make sure I have enough money to pamper my wife. She can stay home and we'll go on vacations and she can go shopping and I'll take her and drive her to every shop every weekend that she wants to go to. And if a guy wants to do that and he's happy doing it, more power to you. The sugar daddy trend. Don't worry, honey. I'm not going to be starting that one. I don't make enough money to be like even semi-sweet daddy. It's not, there's no sugar.
No.
It's going to be, I would be like the bitter dark chocolate daddy.
Well, it's crazy. It almost sounds like when you have a purpose in life, you actually come out a little bit happier on the other end.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Who would have thought?
Yeah, who would think that?
That's wild.
And again, if there's some women that don't want to do that and they want to devote themselves to their career, don't do it. Go out there.
Well, they could go to their career and then stream the mom doing that. Then they could body double the mom doing the traditional stuff.
Best of both worlds.
Yeah,
Maybe
then
they
they're doing
could
it
do
both. Of course, your husband's going to be like, well, I'm not getting the benefits of this.
So it's just like every other day for us. I rarely get any benefit. So, okay. So anyway, I don't know if you had anything else to.
I don't hate it.
It is Greg approved.
Yes.
Greg's stamp of approval.
I've got the stamp of approval on it.
We need to come up with a level.
I'll see if I can get my wife to start this one. I got a TikTok trend for you.
I feel like
she'd probably have something for me too, but
the spectrum for Greg would be like, I hate it. I don't hate it. Approve. I don't hate it.
All right. And the final thing that I have is that Mercedes-Benz cars now are coming.
This I'd hate.
Greg already hates it. It's over. It's done.
Well, they're coming with the TikTok app preloaded into the car, which I don't understand what benefit this adds to the car. Now, I will say this, in light of that last story, other than it would allow like Mike to, if your wife was into this, you could tune in and make sure she's getting all of her chores and stuff done as she's doing her TikTok videos throughout the day. It's like, oh, she's at the grocery store. You know what? She's got that old dress on, and I like her to wear the nice dress when she goes out. She's not wearing her pearl earrings today. She's just got the gold studs. I like the pearls. If you're going to do it, do it. You go all in.
I'd body double some other drivers.
I might start doing that with my job. But it says this is specifically for the 2024 E-Class Mercedes. You can scroll through TikTok from your car with.
I don't know. Shouldn't we be driving the car?
You would think.
Shouldn't we be
It
doing
says,
that?
of course, as long as you're parked. What?
Oh, yeah.
Don't you have a phone with you? Why do I need to do this on the car?
And why are you sitting in your car to watch TikToks? Go inside.
What's the average age of the person buying and driving the Mercedes E-Class?
I have no idea.
What would you say if you had to say a range?
I'm going to say you got to assume it's a little bit older, right?
40 to 65?
Yeah, probably.
What's the average age of the person watching TikToks?
12?
12 to 25? Is there a lot of overlap on this?
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe the older guys are getting into TikTok now. I don't know.
Maybe.
Well, what'll happen, maybe the Facebook life cycle will happen to TikTok. Maybe the older generations will start coming on there, and then it'll kick
they'll kick all the
off.
younger ones off, and then they'll go do something else.
Yeah.
Well, then this way you could drive around. You could do the Tide Pod challenge while you're driving on the interstate. I looked up a few other trends that are popular on TikTok right now.
It's good to know too. One more
go ahead.
thought, Greg or Doug. When you've got your car, you're going to have to pay eventually for these cars. We've talked about, I think it was BMW before. You're going to have to pay $50 a month if you want heated seats, but don't worry, you can have TikTok in your car.
Oh yeah,
Don't fret. Don't fret. Yeah, you'll have TikTok in your car. You just got to pay $200 a month, for all the extra amenities that you actually bought with the car.
So here are a few other. If you're driving around your car, you might want to try these as well. Like I said, we had the TikTok, the Tide Pod. Of course, the traditional wife, checking in. That's more for your husband to make sure you're getting your chores and stuff done. They have something called the Blackout Challenge, which basically just consists of you
getting so drunk that you black out.
No, it's even worse than that.
Oh gosh.
You either hold your breath or choke yourself until you pass out. So, why? What is this? What's the challenge? I don't understand what the challenge is.
It's a good one to do in your car, though.
Oh, yeah. Especially driving down the interstate about 80 miles an hour. I'm going to do the Blackout Challenge.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, if you got an autonomous car, maybe the E-Class will be, autonomous.
Of course, there's always a new dance challenge. So you're going to try that while you're driving. That's always good. Swerving in and out, knocking traffic off the road, going down into the ditch. Sir, what'd you call the ad? I'm doing my dance challenge.
Yeah, on TikTok.
Yeah. And then there's one other one that I found that you might want to try it while you're driving around. It's called the Towel Challenge. So it's a towel challenge. The premise is simple. Take a picture of yourself holding a towel in front of your face. That's it. That's the challenge. What? I don't know what it says. The results are often hilarious as people try to contort their features into all sorts of shapes. I don't know why they're doing it.
There's a towel in front of your face, right?
Yeah, but you had to take a picture of yourself with the towel in front of your face. So I guess you're taking a selfie while you're holding a towel in front of your face.
Well, but if you contort your face and there's a towel in front of it.
No, you're contorting your body.
Oh, I thought you said your face.
If I did, I apologize. It should have been their body. So
contort your body with a towel in front of your face.
Yeah, I don't know why you would want to do that one.
That happens every time I take a shower. I get out and I'm trying to dry off, and I got to contort to try to reach.
Contort.
Film that, put on TikTok, might go viral.
Maybe.
Oh, look, it's a towel challenge.
I'm thoroughly convinced that China puts this out just to prove how stupid Americans are. Look how stupid they are.
Yeah.
What other one could we do? What if we just did one where they had to just pull their shirt up over their head? Yeah. All right, do that one. That's the next viral one.
And Doug, I got one more point too on the cars and TikToks. It's alarming to me how many videos you'll see of people recording themselves, like selfie style, as they're in their car driving down the road.
It is crazy.
Yeah.
Get off your phone. What are you doing? Anytime I see a video on a reel or something on Facebook, somebody is like this. It's like, put the phone down.
I need followers.
Oh, it drives me nuts.
Okay. Well, I want to get your opinion on the next story here. It says Ford has patented a self-driving car that can repossess itself.
Yes.
So if you don't make the payments, it will drive itself back to the bank, I guess, or wherever it tells it to go. Basically, and kind of skim through it, it doesn't start. That's kind of like the most extreme. But what it'll do is it'll start shutting options off, like we said. Now when you buy a car, you don't own anything. It's all subscription based. So yeah, it will start with maybe your your Bluetooth will stop working, so your phone won't connect.
My TikTok went off.
Oh no, don't worry. Your TikTok is safe.
TikTok's always on.
Yes, they're not that cruel.
But so all of that is. They'll do all of those, and then it gets to a point where then they said they'll be able to just program it, put in an address, the car will start itself up and drive away to wherever. This is why I'm against autonomous vehicles. I don't want anybody being able to do. Now, part of me is like, if you don't make payments, your car should get repossessed. So I do get that point. I just don't like the fact that someone else can just punch that in. Because where does that stop? That's slippery slope.
Mm-hmm.
What if they're like, you know what? we've seen how much driving. Really, we feel like people don't need to do that much driving. Maybe we'll limit it to a 100-mile radius of your house. Or you've been, you've gone on a lot of trips this year. I think you need to stay home now.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you go to the grocery store, but this grocery store. You don't need to go to that other one. It's too far away.
I'm going to stop at the Circle K and get a Polar Pop. Oh, no, you're not.
Well, and we didn't like that TikTok video you made, so you're not going to be able to leave your house today with the car.
Yes, that's right. That's right. I just lost what I was going to say.
Hold on, we're repossessing Doug's brain at the moment.
We are. The chip in there is going bad. Oh, yeah. On the other hand, you could use it to help get out. Somebody said, Mike, I saw your car at the bar. I wasn't there. I drove it south.
Yeah. It was thirsty.
Oh, guy's wife comes in. Bob, I saw your car at the Classy Lady Gentlemen's Club. The car drove there. I was home watching TV.
Yeah, the car was a transformer excuse didn't work that well. No one believed it.
No.
So maybe the self-driving cars, that excuse might fly a little bit better.
Do you guys have anything else before we move on to the next story?
Crazy.
All right. Well, apparently, just, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, a week ago, a meteor got fairly close to the Earth. And
now, is it a meteor or an asteroid?
Well, it says asteroid. Well, it does. Oh, I'm sorry. I got 87 pop-ups now that have come up. And
I just want to be correct. On our notes, you said asteroid.
I did say asteroid.
I don't want to be giving false information that it was a meteor when it was an asteroid. People will call us out on it.
Asteroid passed by the Earth.
Did it wave?
The massive asteroid, and the name is like 2023 CM, is estimated to be as much as 320 meters in diameter and is set to pass by the Earth, which it already did. It didn't hit, but if it would have devastated a continent. So they throw that out there.
Yeah.
And I apologize. This thing, 6 pop-ups keep coming up every single time. They're really wanting me to subscribe to the Jerusalem Post.
Shalom.
So it says a massive asteroid. Here's what I wanted to get at. A massive asteroid the size of almost 69 American alligators is set to pass by Earth on Tuesday.
Hold it. So what did it say? 69 alligators?
American.
Oh, American.
They're giving this to us in the size of alligators as a measuring tool, a measuring unit. I'd never heard of this before.
And for such a measuring unit, why would you leave it at such a weird number?
Yeah.
If you're going to at least go with the alligator as a measuring unit, wouldn't it be like 75 alligators?
Yeah.
And I know I have a propensity for, end it in zeros or fives.
Well, wouldn't you make it a specific alligator, too? Because you're going to have varying lengths of alligators.
Right. Well, and that's what I'm saying. Like, if it's that specific of a measuring unit, why is it such a weird number?
They're saying that at its smallest estimates, the massive asteroid is clocking in at 140 meters wide. It said, but maximum possibilities put the diameter at a whopping 320 meters. So it's giving you all that. But then here, to measure this in more American-friendly terms, apparently they think we're just
you just
stupid.
said American alligators.
Yeah, it says, to measure this in more American-friendly terms, the adult male American alligator, commonly found throughout parts of the U.S. South, and in many memes about the state of Florida, can grow to the average.
What is
can
this?
Grow on average to be around 4.6 meters long. So the Jerusalem Post must think that Americans just have a chronological knowledge or a vast knowledge of everything alligator. How are we going to get these dumb Americans to figure out how big this asteroid is? You know what? Tell them it's 69 alligators. That's about, that's good.
Well, when I go to Menards and they ask me what size my room is that I'm going to put the flooring in, I just say, about 4 alligators by 3 across.
That's a big room, man. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you brought that up because I got to thinking. So what other things does the Jerusalem Post think that we need to dumb down so that we understand? The average woman weighs 170.6 pounds. So I was like, well, what, no woman wants to throw that out.
4 penguins.
Well, I looked up flamingos. Flamingos weigh an average of 6 pounds. So if you weighed 170, say 28 flamingos. I only weigh 28 flamingos. That sounds very festive, pink. I like it. The average man is 5'8" feet 9 inches tall. You want to sound manly, though. That's about 2.5 badgers. How tall are they? About 2.5 badgers. Around 2.5 badgers or so. The honeybee is 0.5, so if you're wanting to measure something out, it's a little smaller. You got 12 honeybees. That's 6 inches. Or if the cop pulls you over, you're doing 80 miles an hour. That was 3.1 road runners. they run around an average of 26 miles an hour.
Meet.
I just was like, what? And why do they think, what do they think we do? We all know everything about, I don't know.
Hey, we were way ahead of this. We had came up with a standard of measurement called the mic.
Yes.
We did.
We actually had the mic trick system.
Yes. And so we had the mic trick system and, we would estimate something in, 5 mics or, 3 mics.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So we could have measured the asteroid in mics. I don't know what that would be compared to alligators, but
I don't know.
1 mic equals 1.5 alligators.
1.3524 alligators.
Well, they go on, in case you are too stupid. They give you some more examples.
I'm too stupid because
Thankfully, this asteroid did not hit the Earth. It says smaller asteroids have impacted the Earth and will continue. It says, here's some examples. Back in March, an asteroid half the size of a giraffe, not a whole giraffe, it's half the size of a giraffe, hit the Earth just hours after its discovery.
Just tell me, how big is the asteroid?
Half the size of a giraffe, Mike. They just did.
Numbers. Give me a numeric value. I don't care about the giraffe.
Is it the head side or is it the back side?
Now,
I don't know. That's the problem.
In February 13th of this year, an asteroid twice the size of the Super Bowl trophy impacted.
What are you doing?
How tall is the Super Bowl trophy? Quarter of an alligator.
There's another one a few days after that, a meteor around the size of a Pembroke Welsh Corgi.
That's very specific.
Okay, what are you doing at this
And
point?
the total weight of 4 baby elephants struck the Earth in Texas.
This is ridiculous.
Now I'm going to have to look at what a Pembroke Welsh
If they think we're too dumb to understand the metric system, we're really not going to understand this. Like, what?
It's the animal measure.
It was the size of a corgi, but the weight of 4 baby elephants. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, so there we go.
It's just insanity.
All right, well, there. We're just trying to help you out. I love the size of half of a giraffe. Not the whole giraffe, but just half of the giraffe.
Oh, my gosh.
All right. Final thing I have.
Actually, you know what?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I think, what was that, the Jerusalem Post?
Yes, it was.
I think they have a specific reader in mind that we may have talked about in the Facebook segment. The asteroid was the size of the...
Maybe they've read our Facebook stuff and like, oh, they're never going to understand what 320 meters.
Asteroid the giraffe.
Well, and they do it like a children's book. They got the asteroid, and then they got it circled with alligators. So when we're reading it, we can have somebody read it to us, maybe.
And then half of a giraffe.
Yeah.
Pictures, yay!
Could be pop up.
Yeah, even better.
Just half of a giraffe. I'll go, ah! I don't like that book, Mommy. Oh my goodness! All right. Final thing I got is coming from China. It's not COVID.
No.
A TikTok challenge?
It's not a TikTok. Well, you might be able to use it in a TikTok challenge.
I don't want to participate if you do.
This might be our next product test.
I'm not testing.
I'm having you and Mike test it. All right. Here we go. The Chinese have invented this says creepy Chinese kissing contraption. And it's to help
so weird.
Long distance relationships. So basically, you have these 2 weird looking circle, like a mouth, and it looks like silicone lips on it. Like Mike would have one, and your significant other somewhere else would have it. And you'd use the internet to connect. And those nights get lonely sometimes, Mike. You want a little passion. you could kiss each other with this device. Now it says there's no tongue. There's no tongue with this.
Thank goodness.
There's a creepy kissing device with moving lips designed to allow people to feel real intimacy.
Oh yeah, this
with
is
long distance lovers
so real.
and even land smackers on random strangers. Has gone viral on Chinese social media. Gosh. The lips are made from silicone, simulate the actual pressure, movement, and heat of a kisser's lips using sensors, allowing the device to send an extra replica of the smacker to the recipient's device. So they're heating it too. You know this is going to be misused horribly in a bunch of ways. You're going to get catfish. You're thinking you're kissing, Jennifer, and you're kissing John. And it's like, what? Or he'll say, that wasn't my lips. Like, oh, no, don't do that to me. It's going to end up in all kinds of places. You'll want to sanitize the crap out of this thing if you're not the only one using it, which I don't know why you wouldn't be, but they heat it up. Now, we have talked before, the Japanese invented a woman's hand.
Yeah.
They didn't invent that, but they came up with a robotic woman's hand that would actually sweat and get warm so single men could help feel intimacy. So
go ahead.
We're not doing robots. Basically, China and Japan, they're just building the parts of the body of the woman that we want. They're going to get this down. Oh, you're inventing a robotic woman? Nah, not the whole woman.
Just lips,
We got lips, hands. More to come. Believe me, we're working on it. We're working on it.
So if you kiss the wrong girl with this, the hand will slap you.
It might. Maybe you can use the hand and the mouth thing in conjunction with each other. I don't know. Yeah. Hold the hand. Maybe grab the hand and put it up to the lips to kiss the hand. I don't know.
Or you can put the hand around the back of your neck so it feels like, you got the arm around the.
So it's like the old Happy Days gag where you put your arms around, you're smooching somebody.
Yeah, you're smooching your phone.
But this is
That's
very
the cheap
disturbing.
version. You get just the app. You don't get the actual lips. So you got to kiss your phone.
It's so wrong.
Yeah, it is very disturbing. So I don't know. I think I will end it on that. I don't know.
Yes,
you guys, anything else you want to add to that?
No, I don't think so.
You sure?
I don't think so.
Mike looks like he's got a little something. No.
No, that's just
something.
That's just terror.
Yeah. Maybe for your anniversary this year.
Oh.
That way, when your wife goes on a trip or something, you still feel that intimacy.
I can't imagine that going wrong at all as an anniversary.
You go on a trip, you're kissing. Oh, I'll kiss it. Your wife tells you that was actually Cheyenne. That's her dog. Oh. You were kissing the dog. Gosh.
You're like, man, my lips are chapped. Pull that out. Put some lip balm on.
Of course, with the dog, if you're kissing the dog, they'll be like, the lips will be all like, oh, what is the matter with you? What is she doing? She must really miss me. Like, no, it's the dog. Gross. All right. I got nothing else.
I have nothing.
Nothing, Mike?
No.
Mike's broke. He's done.
I'm slightly disturbed by Doug's example there.
I said we're going to try to get this to product test in one of our videos, so we'll draw a lucky listener that will get to kiss Mike long distance. We'll send you the other set of lips.
Maybe we can do this with our only mics.
We'll auction it off for charity.
Yes.
Our only mics.
Yes.
Your only
Mike's kissing booth.
Highest bidder, and we'll send it off to some charity. There we go.
Oh, boy.
All right. Hey, thank you all for tuning in, listening to the show. We do appreciate it. Relax. Take in a deep breath.
That's so wrong. Oh, that's so weird.
When you get lonely, just think about these silicone lips kissing one of us, and then your day would be so much better thinking that you're not having to do that. Oh, laugh a little bit. Have some fun. Don't get offended by things. We hope you're tuning in 7 days, and until then, see ya.
Later.
Peace.
Well, that wraps up another episode. Thanks for listening. Please be sure to subscribe, and you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
We made USAA insurance for veterans like James. When he found out how much USAA was helping members save, he said,
"It's time to switch.
We'll help you find the right coverage at the right price. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for. Restrictions apply.